And that's his parents' wish. And that's also the benefit of the society.
So
that's the beginning the journey, beginning of the journey. Until now. So from the age of 15 until now, he has only been dedicating his life to medicine. He haven't done anything that is not related to medicine. And
now he's 67 years old.
Now he's 67 years old. So that's 52 years old. 52 years of medicine. So only single road. Single journey. So during this long journey of 52 years, he has been offered different entitlements and different jobs, but he always have been pushing them away. And like secretary, director, different officer, official entitlements, and even like they wanted him to become a social worker, but he refused. So he says that not because I'm an expert, like omniscient, that I know everything, but because I thought this is the only path that I know of, and then I'm sure of. So when I do this, then if I can reduce the suffering of patients, then that's my only wish. That's why I only went, like I was only with this path.
German
lo like.
German.
Oh, German. So at the age of 15, when he became a little doctor, but that was the study of Western medicine, Western medication. So until the age of 20, he has been studying Western medication for 5 years, and then when he was 20 years old, then the thought came to his mind that he has to study Tibetan medicine.
Yeah, that time is kind of training, So there is no like school you study and then you get a job. You are studying and practicing together. So that's why he was called like the little doctor. Yeah.
So that when he wanted to study Tibetan medicine, the opportunities were very rare. It was not very easy for him to find a path of studying Tibetan medicine and practicing it. So very difficult to find a proper and qualified teacher. So lots of the time he has to self-study.
Mamba.
So during his so when he was about 19, 20 years old, there was a very famous Tibetan doctor called Gyaltso in Sarlong County, and then he went to study with him, and this doctor in his 40 years old led a few Tibetan students and picking herbs in the mountains.
팀토니다 팀토니다랑 좀 더니 녀커상가 우드.
So until 25 years old, he has been self-studying and sometimes like relying on some teachers.
레콘이 레콘 즉강하고니 워men 그 삽종전자 통니 없었다.
So when he was 25, then there was a training, Tibetan medicine training. It was the second organized Tibetan medicine training in Rekong, the place where we've been.
더니기니다 만난 문전 조주 만그 대과지 주 쌍도 침도 더니 종태다 호중이 지고 연꽃급지게 좀 차타주.
So that was the beginning of the openness of opportunities where he could learn proper education, where he could learn how to collect herbs and produce compound herbal formulas, checking pulse and so on.
더니다 던치 동등 거로 지금의 능력이 개근 검정 고다 단지시네 강아 또 사우송들이서 더둥아도 닉스답든지.
So at the age of 27,
1979 when I was 8 years old.
And he was 8 years old, and Dr. Teta was 27 years old, and he went to study with the Dr. Bemangorta. So that was the teacher of Dr. Teta and Dr. Jikme, the director of the Tibetan Mongolian Hospital.
And now both of them, they are most famous doctors. Top doctors.
So this doctor, Dr. Ngorta, was also a yogi.
A great yogi.
A great yogi.
Tani nyakar subject koloni yang sojonga.
Tadi nyamthani jangnari kani jangnari.
Tadi man sermon nuju. Sermoni udi da nyamta mabangorta sosongri. Lotska ma kere nongga song. Tikapsu daro siji golonwa. Karos.
So he went to Serlong. So he went to Serlongshang, the place where we went to pick up
No,
books.
he was working there, but he went to the other town.
Okay. He went
teacher
to,
was far away.
Yes. But it was not legal because the control was still a little bit like tight. But he went there illegally to study under table.
Tani danchi tongje kalo lo nga lo nik subject ta. Lo nik subject la kita.
So when he was 8 years old, then he met his teacher Aloshinza, the founder of Tibetan Mongolian Hospital, and that was also this one.
He's the founder of the hospital.
And that's also the monastery you visited.
And he's also the founder of that monastery. Do you remember?
Visited.
2 days ago we saw a monastery, so he's the founder of the monastery.
That's Shinza.
So he was a great Buddhist master and as well as a great doctor.
Tani ni zongte da nga rimjin komba khigo ta mambi lirka mbur manyong naris.
So from that time on, then he has never left his footstep on the path of medicine, Tibetan medicine.
Lo nyakar tsarga la khani shanchen yong ge jikwa jiglang nar. Shanchen yong ge. Ja yong ge tong ge jigre. Jigme danga chosongi tani da 니는 아직은 좀 초디 연다면다 전부 엄마로이 도바가 알자가 조주도 레콘 특강하거나 연구 거건 초도 니는 나 흔한 상금 연구 중앙으로 니는 셀로나 연구 위험으로 임타는 지금은 그러면이 초막셀로.
So he says that when he was 29 years old, the first provincial exam for Tibetan medicine for Tibetan practitioners came across. So many of them went to do the exam, and then there were in the whole prefecture there were only 9 students who passed, 9 candidates who passed the exam, and 5 of them are from Mahlo, from this county, and 4 of them are from Serlong County, the place where we were to, his friends. And then there was only one from Nimta, another county, not far away. That's Dr. Jigme, the other great doctor.
디카서다 지금에다 언니가 샹그 월면 강츠고 대용고지 지금에 요용이가 워크용 가만 나 다른 셀롱이 나 키인들 사고 마모니 드기지 나 셀롱이 워크 야라용 가냐
So after like completing the exam, and then both Dr. Jigme and Dr. Tseta were invited to establish the Tibetan hospital. But Dr. Jigme came, but he says, "Oh no, I don't come. I want to stay just in my little countryside. I want to be in the lowest place as possible."
형그 니 삼반던 지금은 저거 니라 메시지도 따로 니 삼반도 소진도 형화스가 또 무슨 있었어.
So I don't know if my thinking that time is correct, but I'm very traditional, old-fashioned, he says.
따따리 너무 더니다.
셀론만큼 찍는
이런 셀론다만큼 셀론이만큼 찍는.
So he established the Tibetan hospital in Setlongshan, in that little county.
셀론이만큼 찍이 대입달이 더니자치 장니야다 형타 총거를 하라고 손은. 더니다 연다면도 영념타송이 염타니 영만큼 찍는.
So in 1982, he had to move to Nimta, another county, and he established the Tibetan hospital there.
님타니 더니시랑 거리 급적 고니글로 다 로집 시행이래. 더니다 종그 만큼은 양장 좀봐 인담다 연구지 다 되고.
만큼 거래?
소종 근디 원문상이야.
Okay. So at the age of 42, it was 1992. Then he was again being invited to become the president of the Tibetan Mongolian hospital. So he had to come, and that was the beginning of him returning to the town.
급적 고니래?
급적 탐방로. 급적 고니.
저 노조 그리 급적 탐방로.
탐방인스.
대디 추하다 하면 가나요 dit.
아따는 연타노.
어디다 이렇게 올라오면서 가는 공원은 더디나
니 아치리. 니 아치로 사용이 나 자만 kan가노 소용이.
They're having a conversation discussing the time where he was and where he was in 1990 and 1992.
1990, like 27 years ago, I have started study Tibetan medicine with him. He was living in a small house. He said that's his sister's house. So he was giving a teaching. And my friend said, "Do you want to study Tibetan medicine?" I said, "Oh, I'm already a teacher, you know. I was a teacher in the middle school." And then he said, "Oh, it's very interesting." So I went to first, his classes. He was teaching about pulse reading and urine analysis. And I said, "Wow, it's cool."
Cool.
I want to study more.
더니 니스톤 특글로. 니스톤 특글로다 German kan가 양장 소원 적거지 되고.
So in 2000, then he was invited to be the president of the People's Hospital. So that's where he started connecting to People's Hospital.
더니다 니스톤 특글로 니치를 낙소이다 가서.
Retired.
So in 2006, he got retired from these titles.
더니 다른 German kan가 저기 일로 니스톤 직스가 German kan가 저기 있다 가서 도봐야.
So from 2006 until 2011, he was still helping a lot to develop People's Hospital. And during this time in 2007, he established the Tibetan Medicine department in People's Hospital.
Where we are practicing today.
Yes. So that's where we are now.
So that was founded by him.
디나닝이 제조
대리주 협조도 당들이
고자 여기 야라 송 니스톤 어터리 더니 니스톤 섬글로 답치를 로마 제몽아 송송고 마다 도르
게크나입니다.
게크나 내용도 라나입니다.
Okay. So because he has been a very influential doctor in the region, so a lot of students from far away and nearby comes to study with him, and they come to his home. It was not a proper school. So in 2003, there was too much of the students, so he decided to establish a school. So there's a school, medical school, where he receives local students.
Sometimes he had like over 100 students in this place. They just come and to study with him.
Then hoped signaling hoped up into the Wardam Chamber. Tangin Danjania. Toman Tarshan songs and Zemshamik. Talking to the Nacho Jambu, young Jena. Zemshamik, low near some Sonja of that on Zemshamik. Zemsham Malundi Jacob Kimmy. Time to commit and the Chon Prolo of Jongoli, if some Z.
So because before 2003, many students came to study with him for a few years, 2, 3, 4 years, and then he think, these students come and they study, but after completing the study with me, they don't have any certificates and they don't get admitted by the government or the society, right? So he thought this is not good for the students, even though they're studying, but how can they prove to the society they have studied? So that's why he decided to establish the school, and the school can give official certificate for the students who accomplishes their studies.
The money Hota Martzina, Hojoin Jugo Chachena Mognokara. Shiju, Soju de Mognokara, Chetolaka on the Lanzan Hitomi to the Comas and the Kimalon, Ta Mankan Shezam. Togata Comas and Reshi Javi. Yiton Sangolota.
So that was the main reason he started applying from the government the permission to have a school to receive these students, because he has seen that students have been coming to study with him. Of course, he says that there is no difference for the student. Even if he doesn't have the school, students will come to study and they will study as much as they can. But once they complete the study, when they go out to the society, they cannot open their own clinics because they don't have any certificates to link, to prove, and to attend any kind of official examinations and so on. So that's why he thought this has to be done. And in 2003, the permission was given. So the school was established.
Traditional Kesang school.
Traditional Kesang.
Kesang school.
Kesang is good time,
Kesang
like auspicious time.
Kesang is the name of his teacher.
Yes. Until now, from 2003 until now, 500 students have been graduated from the school.
Gormo Deschilin Doko Yonara Tang, Menara Tang. Karma Kandion Maris, Karma Kandion Maris.
So maybe the society has different ideas about the school, like they may think, this is a school for earning money, but he says for the students who come to study in the school, he hasn't received any, even single yuan from them.
Because whole education is free.
Free education.
Yeah.
Rosun Yonzuku Kanko Marki Tanaris, Mandins Kapshi Dani, Tagata, Watsok, Thomas Galonish, Karma Kandion Mar, Gigani, Logan Chern, Yonzuku Nishtanis.
So he has a clinic, and he says that everything has been paid by the clinic, by his clinic. All the income from the clinic is paying the teacher's salary, is paying the house and the electricity, water, everything, so that students can get free education. So until now I have told you so many stories, but I don't think that I'm something so great, somebody so great. So number one, I think of how I can serve the Tibetan culture and Tibetan people. And then number two, I think how much benefit I can bring to the patients. And I think number 3, I think am I completing the wishes of my dear guru, my dear teacher?
So
I never think about fame, I never think about money. So that's the end of my story. So he is very thankful for every single one of you to really highly respect Tibetan medicine and taking it as something very special and coming all the way here to study with Dr. Nida.